Hello everyone and welcome to the SwimTech channel. For today's video guys, we're gonna work on a 6G, 6-inch carbon pipe. Just gonna show root pass, and I close both ends. It's not a purge, I just close it so you can't touch, you can't see the root until it's done. So stick to the end and I'm gonna show you final results and steps to get to that point. So 3 tacks, 3, 6 and 9 o'clock, just a half-inch round bar, bridge tacks, nothing fancy. The most important steps, as I mentioned in my previous videos, is make sure your pipe is clean, in and out, couple inches, 2 inches inside and out. You don't want to have any impurities or contamination on your weld zone. Make sure everything is nice and shiny. That's one of the most important things in a field or in a shop or wherever you are in content. As I said, it's a 6G or 45 degrees carbon pipe. It's a little bit opposite than what we usually do. This is what I got for setup, so it is like that. Pretty much the same thing. As I said, for the gap is around 3 mil. It's not even all the way around. It's 3 to 3.5 mil. Some spots it's a little bit tighter, no biggie. As long as I got room on the bottom, this is usually where I always start, and I try to make sure everything is perfect on the bottom part of the pipe. Good tools to have, high-low gauge. If you really want to fine-tune to be pretty much almost perfect, it's good to have a high-low gauge. I got a little bit, maybe 2 mil on the top difference, which it's not a big deal as long as the bottom is perfect. As for the top section, I'm not worried about, as gravity will do the thing when you weld, so it'll be nice and uniform inside. As I said, bottom is most important thing. This is the overhead. You want everything to have properly lined up inside. Step number 1 prior to welding, make sure your gas length is good, because we all know gas lengths reduce shielding gas turbulence and provide longer undisturbed flow of gas to the weld puddle. Make sure your mesh is not damaged and it's clean. Same with the collet. Collet is, you don't want to have collet like this. It's already wrapped from the heat, and the collet holds the tungsten and provides the flow of argon as well through the tungsten in your weld puddle. You want to have nice and clean collet that's straight and not damaged. Collet is the common cause of porosity in your weld. Cup, really important, especially if you walk in the cup. Even if you freehand, you want to have nice and in good shape cup. Sometimes you want to really some tight spot and not much room, and then there's always some obstacle that's going to be on your way. You know, there's always those couple mils, they can make a big difference sometimes. As once you check all parts, everything is good. Check your torch for any gas leaks. If everything works good, put it all together and get ready for welding. Those are major steps. Lots of people just ignore that sometimes. They just check maybe gas length if it's good. As I said, always check everything, especially tungsten. You don't want to have something like this. Tungsten gotta be sharp, point edge. This one is a little bit contaminated. I was using it a little bit too much. This is only for video or educational purposes. And stick out up to 10 mil maybe, or depends. But for the reference, I like to use that edge inside of that bevel. Maybe a little mil stick out inside the pipe. Rod 70S6 1/8. This is what I'm going to use and weld this coupon. As I said, the gap is not perfect all the way around, but it'll do. So for the root, 115 amps. And other important thing, gas flow, I go around 15 square cubic feet per hour. And on the bottom part, I'm just gonna start, probably I'm just gonna walk the cup, feeding rod on the side. Not much back feed. I mean, you can do back feed probably if it's a smaller diameter of the pipe. On the bigger diameters, you want to go on the side, you can do freehand, where you just lean the cup against the pipe. It's a little bit better control, so you're not too shaky. And then once on the top, I'm just gonna keyhole it. This is a little bit too tight, but as I said, on the top section it's not really important. Even you can always go up 5 to 10 amps to open up a little bit faster, and you just dab that rod, keyhole it. But before we dive into more detail, I'm just gonna show you the product that I'm making. TIG sleeve. This is TIG rod storage tube, a special design for TIG welders. Every unit is handcrafted, features an O-ring seal to protect your TIG rods from moisture, dust, and any damage. 37 inches in length, so it's gonna fit full-size TIG rods, weighing just 2.6 pounds with a 10-pound rod capacity. Strap it over your back to stay mobile and hands-free while climbing. Crawling comes in 5 different colors, and you can check it out on tigsleeve.com. Okay, as I said, we're just gonna close it top and the bottom, make it close. I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. For me, it's a little bit too boring just to do regular 6G, so I'm just gonna make it a little bit more interesting for me, for you guys. You can also do that, try it, challenge yourself. Okay, as I said, I'm gonna start on the bottom, fitting rod on the side. I already showed you 115 amps that I'm using, running on this one. Section done from 6 to 3 o'clock. As I said, I'm not gonna cut any tacks out yet, so I'm gonna switch on the opposite side and start from the 6 to 9 o'clock. That's it, pretty much. Let's see inside how it looks like. That's a nice, good, solid root, lots of meat. Not worry about later for any sag back when I'm doing a hot pass. And this is how the root should look like. Nice and uniform, and lots of meat. Okay, now I'm gonna start on the bottom to 9 o'clock. You can always take a grinder and do a little bit on the stop starts. You can grind out a little bit. Time to show it anyway. This is only for educational purposes video. I'm gonna cut it out, and this is where I'm gonna start. A little bit closer here, the gap a little bit shrink. So I'm gonna do a keyhole. I'm just keyhole it nice and slowly. No rush. Anytime you're welding on the root, there's no rush, guys. There's no any competition. No need. Just make sure you're better than you were the day before. The only guy who you gotta compete with, that's you. It's all about practice, guys. It's all about experience. You know how they say, you're good as your last weld, and that's the beauty of being a welder. So here, before I reach 12 o'clock, I'm just gonna stick a wedge inside so it doesn't close up even more on me. And I'm just gonna continue, as I said, keyhole it all the way up to the top. That's why I put a wedge, so it doesn't close even more. And hopefully to maintain that the same gap. Just always keep an eye on both edges. Make sure they're both consumed, and you add rod, add wire as needed. With a keyhole technique or a dipping technique, dubbing technique, it's good because the amount that actually you are depositing in, it's not going to be too excessive, too heavy. You're not going to have any grapes inside. That's why it's always good. Okay, so the gap is pretty much the same. I'm just going to pull it out now. Remove that tack and probably feather out that tie-in points. It's not going to shrink anymore any further. It's probably going to stay the same. And once I reach that tie-in point, I'm just gonna go over and dip a couple more times and finish it. Okay, so that's it from the outside. That's the root pass. I'm still not gonna check inside, remove that end to see how the root looks like. I'm pretty sure it should be okay. And that's the beauty of keep root inside after I did a hot pass. And that's it. Looks nice. Pretty much almost perfect. Nice beautiful ring all the way around. And that's how it should look like. It's gonna pass any x-ray, any bend test,